Tropical Storm Beta will make landfall on the Texas coast in the next couple of hours, but the storm is already causing damage. The water is rising this morning near West Bay in Hitchcock, right across from Galveston Island. Robert sent us this video of roads underwater and homes being flooded. But another Galveston homeowner is making the best of the situation, breaking out the old kayak for a little morning paddle in his washed out backyard. You gotta love his spirit. We hope everybody is safe out there. And the KHU11 weather team is more than just in the studio today. Meteorologist Blake Matthews live with conditions from the Galveston seawall right now. Hi, Blake.
Good afternoon, Len. You know, really, despite the rain that's coming down, it's not too bad out here. Yes, it is breezy, but you know what? It's breezy on a sunny afternoon here on Galveston Island. I had a wind instrument with me, my anemometer, and earlier I recorded a gust as high as about 28 miles an hour. That's about the highest I have seen here on the island over the last couple of hours. So the rain continues to come down here. As you take the Gulf of Mexico looking pretty angry this afternoon, but other than that, not seeing too much in the way of damage. However, I want you to check this out. This is video of a chunk of the 61st Street fishing pier literally breaking off and floating off into the Gulf. Now, it looks more dramatic than it actually is because this owner says it was already damaged after Hurricane Laura, and to literally cut his losses, decided to saw off the end of the pier. And that is what you see that broke off there, the very end of it, floating off into the Gulf of Mexico.
Not my favorite day, but you know, I have a business on the ocean, and this is kind of what we deal with.
Yeah, and just a few hours later, the KHOU team did find that pier on the beaches here. But again, that's the only damage we've been able to find. And you know, Addison, that's quite the change from what happened back in 2008 during Hurricane Ike, when the entire Balinese room was torn out and deposited on Seawall Boulevard under a massive pile of wood. So certainly a much different story here this afternoon than what we saw with previous hurricanes, and that is certainly a good thing.
Yes, Blake, absolutely. It's very much a good thing right there. We are not dealing with a massively damaging system like we have seen in years past, as it's been weakening as it's been making its gradual approach to making landfall just south of Houston, just south the coastline down towards Matagorda Bay. But you can see out towards Blake's vicinity right there how rough the Gulf is looking. We do have strong winds coming on in from an east-northeasterly direction, sustained about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Gusts have been higher than that as the rain has been falling down, sometimes in sheets and sometimes just a few drops here and there, depending upon where those rain bands have set up. But up that way, up towards the Galveston area, around the high tide time frame, just before 9 o'clock tonight, we can maybe see a little bit more of a push of moisture coming on in, that storm surge pushing on in as well, where we could be maybe getting seas to rise maybe about 3 to 5 feet or so from where they currently are right now. So the latest information on Tropical Storm Beta has it about to make landfall coming up within the next about 1 to 2 hours or so south of here near Matagorda Bay. Minor coastal surge flooding will continue throughout the rest of the afternoon through the evening hours, and rain bands will continue to move further inland, but so far it has been good for the most part of us seeing not a huge amount of rain coming on in across the area. Latest information from the National Hurricane Center has the system 25 miles southeast of Port O'Connor, with winds sustained of 45, moving to the northwest at 5 miles per hour, and there have been very breezy winds around the region, roughly about 15 to 25 miles per hour, more so as you get closer down towards that center of circulation. Rainfall since midnight, like you see, not a ton has come down in those rain gauges, but there was some bands of rain just south of Sugar Land towards the Pearland area, where we did see radar estimates roughly 3 to 5 inches of rain. So as we watch the system gradually make its way towards making a landfall, like I said, within about the next 1 to 2, maybe 3 hours or so, we're still bringing a good fetch of moisture off the Gulf of Mexico, but a little bit less so than how it could have been because the system has interacted with a lot of dry air that's kind of gotten sucked up in towards that general circulation. You can see how it looked 12 hours ago and then how it gradually started to weaken and spread itself out over the past several hours. So much so that we saw that rain getting pushed northward towards Arkansas and as far west as towards Del Rio. But notice it's just batches here and there, and some of it is running into that dry air, hence not really being too much of an issue. Tropical storm warnings are up in effect for the blue highlighted area. It does include Harris County, areas south and east. Flash flood watches in the green, storm surge warnings down the coast in blue. And after all is said and done, we could see maybe some areas picking up generally 3 to 6 inches of rain. South and east towards the coast, 6 to 10 plus. North and west, 1 to 3. Throughout this evening, the rain and the wind will still be an issue as temperatures gradually cool down to the low 70s and later on tonight staying in the low 70s as well. Then as you watch the system eventually make its way further inland, bringing us more potentially heavy rain for tomorrow afternoon. It'll start to race up and out of here, and by Wednesday afternoon, roughly at the same time frame, we're seeing the system leaving us and dry air starting to work its way down. Hence, we're starting to lower those chances of rain coming on in for Wednesday afternoon. Thursday is going to be much drier and warmer, and then that trend will continue all the way into next weekend, where temperatures will be on the rise to upper 80s, maybe even 90 degrees.
We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you. Be sure you have the KHU11 News Severe Weather Guide so you know you are prepared. Download yours at khou.com/severe weather or text the word weather to 713-526-1111.